What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to the Atletico Madrid Liverpool post-match analysis video. And what a bonkers, crazy, absolutely insane game this was. Liverpool were 2-0 up after just 12 minutes with a brilliant Mo Salah long-range strike which gets a small deflection to beat Oblak, and then Naby Keita with a spectacular volley similar to his goal against Crystal Palace. And I thought, wow, this could be one of the most famous victories of Liverpool, and it turned out to be, but for different reasons. Because Atletico came roaring back, Griezmann scored 2 goals, but Griezmann went from hero to villain, where he kicked Firmino in the face, in the head, and got a straight red card from the referee. And I think that this was one of the most entertaining, one of the most epic encounters and battles between very contrasting footballing sides. And I want to say a huge thank you to OneFootball for sponsoring my channel for this month. OneFootball is the home of football, my favorite app. I've been using it for years. You can find all kinds of football news on there, and also you can find the stats, the latest transfer news. I have been going there almost every day checking the Liverpool transfer news, because they combine the best and most interesting transfer news and football news. And you can find also interesting videos, stats, analysis, fantasy football tips, and all kinds of interesting football related content on the OneFootball apps, and it's completely free. So what are you waiting for? Make sure to download OneFootball using the link in the video's description, and you support the channel as well that way. Do you think Liverpool deserved the victory? Do you think VAR was right to overrule the Atletico Madrid penalty, or at least ask the referee to take a look at the monitor? I think the Atletico player, who apparently Jota fouled, I don't think it was a foul. He pushed him just a little bit, it was a slight touch, but of course the Atletico player exaggerates the contract. He falls over like he has been shot with a sniper, by a sniper from the roof of the stadium, and the referee bought it, but thankfully VAR looked at the replay and there was just not enough touch to fall over like that. So VAR asked the referee to go look at the monitor, but that's just my opinion. Let me know what is yours. I think it would have been a very harsh penalty against Liverpool, but overall I think Liverpool, we were very shaky after the first 15 minutes where we were bossing the game. We were 2-0 up, and then Atletico started to find their rhythm. Joao Felix and Griezmann combined to devastating effect, and Liverpool just didn't have control in the midfield. And I think Jurgen Klopp recognized it was a mistake not to start Fabinho. We went with the same starting 11 that won 5-0 against Watford, but Watford is not Atletico Madrid. It's the obvious statement of the century, I know, but I think that Watford of course is a lot weaker, and Atletico Madrid have world-class players in a lot of positions, and they just picked through Liverpool's midfield. We had no control, no aggression, no really defensive cover, defensive awareness, and that's the one problem with Naby Keita. In really big games where you have to defend as well as attack, Naby Keita just doesn't have the defensive awareness, the defensive know-how to know tactically which position he needs to be in. Of course, going forward he's better than Wijnaldum, but defensively he's worse. So it balances itself out. I think Naby Keita should play against teams like Watford, and when we play teams like Atletico Madrid, it should be Fabinho, Henderson, and either Thiago or Milner or whoever is fit, and leave Naby Keita for the games where Liverpool need to be more explosive going forward, and we need to be more creative breaking down the opposition. And maybe Naby Keita's defensive awareness, or the lack of defensive awareness, isn't as like obvious or as painful for Liverpool. I don't want to just scapegoat Naby Keita, because I think overall Liverpool's midfield just didn't have control. And as soon as Fabinho came on at half-time, even though I probably would have substituted James Milner for Fabinho instead of Naby Keita for Fabinho, but I understood Jurgen Klopp's sentiment that he just wanted to have steal and control and a better cover for the defense in midfield, and Fabinho is the best in his position. He's the best defensive midfielder in the world, and I think in the second half we were much better than in the last 30 minutes of the first half. I think the red card obviously changed the game. Griezmann watches the ball in his flight, so it was a little bit of a harsh red card, if you can say it like that. But anytime you kick the opposition in the head, you are endangering the opposition, and by the letter of the law, that's a red card. So I think the red card was justified, even though Atletico were absolutely furious about it, and I can understand why. But after that, Liverpool still struggled to take back control from Atletico Madrid, because of course in front of a packed, beautiful Wanda Metropolitano Stadium, Atletico Madrid players were out for blood. They drank blood before the game. Even though Liverpool went 2-0 up, Atletico came back, and if it wasn't for Alisson and his world-class saves, Atletico Madrid could have easily led 4-2 at half-time. After Liverpool were 2-0 up after 15 minutes, Atletico could have scored 4 or 5 goals in the first half. They were that good, they created so many chances. I don't know what it was with Robertson's positioning. Sometimes he played 2 Atletico Madrid attackers on side. Virgil van Dijk also wasn't his usual best commanding self. For the second Griezmann goal, he got confused, and for a moment he didn't know where Griezmann was going, and by the time he realized, the ball was in the back of the net. And Joao Felix, I felt, had a brilliant game. He gave the assist for the Griezmann goal, for the second goal. The first Griezmann goal was also pretty brilliant, but I think it was offside. I think that Lamar, who didn't touch the ball, was in an offside position, but because he's impeding the position of Matip and impeding the opportunity for Matip to clear the ball off the line, because Lamar is right there in front of Matip, in an offside position when the ball is kicked. If Lamar is not there, then Matip could have been maybe swinging a leg at it and clearing the ball off the line. But obviously when Lamar is right in front of Matip, he won't try and kick the ball, because if he kicks the man, it's a penalty and a red card potentially. So I think that should have been ruled out, but I'm not complaining. This is one of the most famous victories of Liverpool's history, because Liverpool never won away at Atletico Madrid in a European competitive game. We played here 3 times, we got 1 draw and 2 defeats. So to win here and to score 3 goals for the 8th consecutive game is record breaking. It's history. Liverpool is the first English team to score 3 or more goals in 8 consecutive away matches in competitive games. And what is also remarkable is Mo Salah also breaks a record today. He scores for the 9th successive game that he plays, and that's a first in Liverpool's history, and that is remarkable. Salah in 11 games, he has 12 goals and 4 assists as well. So in just 11 games, Salah was involved in 16 goals in total. And Salah also has 5 goals in the Champions League in just 3 games. This guy is an absolute machine. This season he really elevated himself to the next level, and I think Liverpool also went up a gear. The last time Liverpool lost was actually in Madrid, where we lost to Real Madrid 3-1 at the beginning of April. Since then Liverpool are unbeaten in all competitions, and this season we are playing even better than the beginning of last season, and possibly we are playing even better than when we won the Premier League or the Champions League, but that's very hard to compare. Right now Liverpool are just firing on all cylinders with an almost fully fit squad. We only have Thiago and Harvey Elliott as long-term injuries. All the other players are now back fit, and I mean I think that Salah is our talisman, but all the other players deserve huge credit. Mane, I felt, worked very hard. Bobby Firmino also disrupted Atletico Madrid's build-up play quite a lot today. Defensively we were a little bit shaky in the midfield. As I said, we lacked control, but as soon as Fabinho came on and as soon as Atletico went down to 10 men, Liverpool started controlling the game more. We started to create more chances, and we probably should have put the game to bed. The penalty which Liverpool won the game by, it was an absolute foolish, stupid challenge. It was, I think, Hermoso, or I'm not sure which Atletico Madrid defender, but there is a long ball into the box, and he was just watching the man, the Liverpool attacker, which I think is Diogo Jota. Instead of watching the ball, he just body checks the Liverpool forward, with having no attempt to play the ball, and it is a Stonewall penalty. It has to be given because the guy is just watching his opponent, the player, the Liverpool player, instead of watching the ball. So he makes no attempt to play the ball, and I think that's an absolutely moronic challenge. And now Liverpool really take command of this Champions League group, because Liverpool are the only side in this group with a 100% record. We have 9 points from 9 and from 9 possible points, and also Porto beating Milan is a big surprise to me. I felt Milan could at least get a draw in Porto, and now Atletico have 4 points, Porto has 4 points, and Milan has 0. So if Liverpool get a draw, or dare I say, if Liverpool beat Atletico Madrid, we could already be through to the next round of the Champions League. If Milan get the result against Porto and Liverpool beat Atletico Madrid in the next round, we could be already through, and that could be massive because Liverpool have a very tough run in the Premier League as it is. So if we could just rotate a little bit in the Champions League, and if we could win the group early, that would be perfect for Liverpool, because then we could just concentrate on the Premier League in these last 2 months of the year. November and December is coming up, and the next challenge is going to be even bigger. Manchester United against Liverpool. I think Man United are in a bad run of form, but you know, in these huge games where Man United play Liverpool, form goes out the window, and I think Liverpool could if we could go to Man United and win there, that could be a real statement to the rest of the Premier League and to the rest of Europe that Liverpool are to be taken seriously. And I think it actually suits Liverpool that nobody was talking about Liverpool being favourites for the Champions League. Nobody was talking about Liverpool being favourites for the Premier League title. And we are just quietly going about our business, smashing teams, scoring 3 goals in almost every game, winning games brilliantly, being pretty ruthless in front of goal. Defensively, yes, we have been shaky in some games, but in other games we have been pretty great. And I think the 2 biggest challenges for Liverpool were Manchester City and Atletico Madrid this season. Before the games, those were the 2 games that I felt this would be a proper test for Liverpool. And Liverpool came through both games with flying colours actually. We should have won against Man City if it wasn't for a deflected shot by De Bruyne. Liverpool could have won that game 2-1. And today, even though in the first half Atletico created a lot of chances, second half Liverpool regained control, and in the end I think we deserved to win the game. Overall we were the better team, we created more chances. Atletico are a proper good team, so to beat them in their own backyard is a huge achievement. Now bring on Man United. I'm so excited for that game on Sunday. I think Liverpool are in the best shape possible to face a challenge like Manchester United at Old Trafford. Liverpool don't usually go there and win, but Liverpool have never won in Madrid against Atletico, and we have done it today. So why not go to Man United and get a rare win there as well? Liverpool are in great form to do so. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.